Hi everyone, in this video we're going to take at a fairly new brand. I don't think that this brand has been reviewed, at least not widely on YouTube. The brand is called MOIRA, and it is a brand that's actually available through Walmart. Now I don't know if it's available in stores at physical Walmarts, but I do know that it is available to purchase online. So I will put a link in the description box below to where you can find it if you're interested in looking at the other things available from this brand and from purchasing anything. And I'll also put a link to, as you know, Ebates, so that if you do make a purchase through Walmart or any other online store, you can at least get some cash back on your order. MOIRA also does have its own separate website, so if you wanted to purchase directly from their retailer website, you could do that also. In this video, what we're going to do is take a look at one of their eyeshadow and face palettes. This is called the Unravel eyeshadow and face palette, and it retails for $22. So I will swatch both the face products and the eyeshadows for you so you can see how they perform and get an idea of how good the quality is. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. There are new videos every single week for new beauty products. If you haven't seen the latest What's New in Beauty video, I not only introduced the MOIRA brand in that video for you, but show you a ton of other new makeup on the market. And I am giving away Urban Decay's Naked Cherry eyeshadow palette and a couple of other things from the collection. So if you want to be eligible to win that palette, then you have to go see that video for details. All right, let's get looking at and swatching the colors in the MOIRA Unravel palette. So as I said, this retails for $22, and for that amount, you get not only 3 highlighting shades, but also a blush shade and 20 eyeshadow shades. So the amount of product that you get is pretty incredible for the price. I'm also very impressed by the packaging, especially for the price. It's made of heavy cardboard and closes with a magnetic closure. It doesn't have a mirror on the inside, but for the price, I am not surprised by that at all. And you have your face products on the right side and your eyeshadows in the center here. The description says, take charge of your own destiny with our Destiny Series eyeshadow palettes. Our Unravel eyeshadow and face palette features 20 earthy and neutral toned eyeshadow shades, 3 highlighters, and 1 blush, letting you make a statement for any occasion. The palette is cruelty-free and vegan, for those of you who like to know about that information. And there are other eyeshadow and face palettes available in this same format, so if you're interested in something more vibrant or just a different color scheme, make sure you go check the link that I'll put in the description box to see if there's anything that would interest you more. And a bonus is the shades are also printed under each pan, which I really appreciate. As always, I will swatch these with an eyeshadow brush over eyeshadow primer. I'll start from the top row going to the bottom row, swatching from left to right. We'll actually start with the face powders. I get some people saying that I am not using the correct brush to swatch. No, that's not true. It's an angled powder brush. I use the exact same kind of brush on my face all the time to apply highlighter and blush. It applies those products beautifully. I think that people are just very skewed in their perception because of Instagram and because of people who do very unrealistic swatches for how a product should apply. The swatches that I do are true to how you would likely apply it to the face. Now, some people may have different techniques that they want to use, and that's perfectly fine, but I'm not going to swatch the shades 50 different ways based on 50 different applications. I'm using a powder brush that would be used on the face, and that works perfectly fine and beautifully. Of course, there are differences between swatching on my arm and the face, particularly with face products, because you do have natural oils in the face. But that's just a reality of reviewing things like this. I do not have the ability or time to swatch literally hundreds of face powders on my face, remove them, reapply foundation, do it again, things like that. So this is what I have for you. I hope it's still helpful for you. I will do finger swatches to give you maybe a different perspective of how they may look, and hopefully that will appease some more of you. But otherwise, the brush application is, I think, the most accurate. So the first shade, which is a highlighting shade, is called Indulgent. Now look at how beautifully that swatches, guys. If this happened on the face, you'd be so happy. I don't know why there's so many people who don't like the swatches, but This swatches and looks beautiful on the skin. It is a very, very pale, sort of straw gold color, but on the skin, it comes off just almost as a nude shade. Okay, you really don't need to apply a second layer, but to build it up, I will. Expose is the next shade, which is also a highlighting shade. This is, in the pan, a very soft pinky rose, but again on the skin it comes close to just being a skin tone. The effect wasn't as strong with just one layer on this shade. Maybe I unconsciously picked up less product because this one showed up so strongly on the first layer, because right now it's applying very, very beautifully and showing up much more strongly. So you see it's a extremely slight hint of pink on this highlighting shade. And Explore is the third shade, also a highlighting shade. This in the pan is like a warmer rose color, almost like a bronzy rose. So again, I think many people would be happy with just that one layer, but I'm gonna build it up. Well, the color comes out much more strongly with this second layer now. And the fourth shade, wow, this is called Free Spirit. And this is, I think, a matte dusty rose. Absolutely beautiful. Again, no need for a second layer, but if you really wanted to build up the color, here's a second layer. To show you how little or much dustiness there is, here's the palette without any sort of wiping after I did the swatches. You definitely do not need a lot of product on that blush. It does kick up some powder, but the formula itself is not dry or dusty. The highlighters did not kick up a lot of powder. Okay, here are your 3 highlighting shades and blush. The formula is superb. No complaints about the formula at all. Here, definitely matte finish blush. And your 3 highlighting shades. All right, so for finger swatches, we have Indulgent, Expose, Explore, and Free Spirit. All right, once again, absolutely stunning. Definitely use those highlighters even as eyeshadows. All right, moving on to the eyeshadows. We start with the shade Pure, which is a matte cream. Next is Sure Thing, which is a matte, very pale tan shade with a slight yellow undertone. Next is April, which is a matte, kind of like light camel shade, has more of a pinky undertone. Next is Inevitable, which is a medium brown shade with, looks like neutral undertones. Next is In the Stars, which is a very pale taupe. So this is a cool toned shade. Next is Undeniable, which is a metallic medium rosy taupe. Next is Ultimate, which is another matte. This is more of a warm toned taupe, or maybe like a medium tan shade. It's not completely warm toned, it's just more warm toned and deeper than that previous matte shade. Next shade is Love, and this is a medium toned, again, taupey brown, slightly on the, well, I don't know if slightly, but it's definitely on the cool tone side. The next shade is Brie, which is a metallic coppery, it's like a very pale copper shade. Next is In the Wild, which is a very warm toned metallic copper. So let me go back. This is, in comparison when I'm looking at it, much more of like a gold shade. It's still a bit coppery, it's not a true yellow gold, but this one is definitely a orange based Copper. There are the first 10 shades. I am in love with this formula already. Both the metallics and the mattes going smoothly. The formula is very silky. As you can see, they apply with great color and good pigmentation and opacity. Next shade is called Enchanting. This is a medium to deep matte chestnut color. Next is For Real. This is a medium brown matte finish. Next shade is called Likely, and this is a shimmering, I guess maybe like a rose gold almost. Next is Bold, which is a deep rich matte brown. Gusty is a metallic deep rich brown. Easy Going is a matte, more slightly cool toned brown. Next is Crucial, which is a matte maroony eggplant shade. Hoped For is a really deep matte brown. Hereafter is another deep but more cool toned matte brown. And last is Soon to Be, which is another very deep, cool toned, almost ashy kind of. All right, there are the last 10 shades. Once again, especially the mattes go on impressively smooth and effortlessly. And then the metallics, absolutely no issue with how they swatch over the skin and layer. All right, once again, just to show you if there's excessive kick up or anything like that. The mattes are a little on the like soft or airy side. So they're not powdery or dry, but I don't really know how to describe it. They're not like super tightly compact or pressed. They are noticeably soft, but definitely not an excessive amount of fallout or kick up or anything like that. The metallic shades have pretty much zero kind of kick up or anything like that. All right, so there are the swatches for Moira's Unravel Eye and Face palette. This is a very impressive palette to me, particularly when you consider the price point of $22. I think this is easily something that is in the price range of $30 to maybe $40. 20 eyeshadow shades, 3 highlighters, and a blush, all full size. So I think that's very impressive. I am very encouraged and excited to try out more things from the brand. Please let me know in the comment section below if you are also anticipating and would like to get more reviews of more things from the brand. If you do, then I will definitely keep that in mind and try to swatch more things from them. I sort of recapped everything already after I did each swatch, so you know that the powders are all going on very smoothly and effortlessly over the skin, much better than a lot of higher end formulas that even have been reviewed on this channel recently. So please let me know in the comment section below, not only if you're interested in seeing more things from this brand, but also just what you think of this palette and if it's something that you plan to check out. All right, I hope this was helpful to you. I hope this gets you excited for a brand that maybe you hadn't heard of before. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch these videos, and I'll see you in the next one.